Alright everyone, welcome back to Let's Play as Reinhardt. We're doing the Duel Tower this time. I lost the original save data, so I kind of just made a new one and got back up to this point. It should be fine. I mean, it's Castlevania, it's a level by level game anyway, right? It's been a while, so excuse me if I'm not quite back in the swing of things. Anyway, this level's Duel Tower. Received a little bit of facelift from the N64 version. Most notably, they put save points in it. Not really one of my favorites. As the name of the tower is Duel Tower, you would be able to guess that there are lots of boss battles, and you're correct. There's also lots of annoying platforming segments as well. And red jewels. It's another level Cornell also goes through. It's one of the ones that Reinhardt and Cornell share. You have to be careful not to get knocked off the edge fighting this guy. Do-do-do-do. Ooh, that was close. Gotta be careful with lizard men in this game. They will not hesitate to knock you off platforms. Castlevania 64. We need to add difficulty. How can we do that? Let's put some bone pillars shooting fire in front of something you need to go through. That's pretty much the go-to answer for this game. And if you think that platform there won't fall just because there's spikes around it, you're an idiot. The best I've ever handled that section, actually. Contract there. We're just going to ignore it. Go on ahead. These guys do come to life and attack you. I'm going to kill them just because they sometimes drop goodies. There's a boss battle or two left in this level, so I'll make sure I have all the goodies I can get. Full power. This boss is so determined to kill you, he sets himself on fire. I went in for the kill. I always like to go back and save after that fight in case I miss a platform and fall down and die. It's a lovely blue carpet. I would hate been the guy that had to climb all the way up here to put it in. Now what I did was just about the most dangerous way you could handle that, but it works, so whatever. This is another one you have to time just right to not get knocked down as soon as you get up. Alright, here's the last boss of this stage. And how anticlimactic, it's Tiger Man. Of course, Cornell fights the man-beast failure thingy. Reinhardt just gets another generic free damage, easy to kill Tiger Man. And now one leap of faith away. We made it. Alright, now we're in Tower of Execution. An ominous stage. Lots of platforming to be had here. This is your classic jump around platforms and lava type stage. Now they took them out of this version of the game, but vanilla Castlevania 64 also had a lot of leftover whip swing points that Reinhardt would have used in his quest. Ouch. Ouch. Ah, didn't get me that time. Alright, there's one section down. Here on out, it gets a little trickier. Well, that's all, folks. No, seriously. Well, that's all, folks. No, seriously. Alright, if I do this one more time, I'm taking this Let's Play off YouTube. Alright, we made it past that, thankfully. Need a close shave. In the Legacy of Darkness version of this level, they give you a lot more save gems than the old one did. Which is probably a good thing, because the platforming is a little bit more annoying. It's also a shame that Reinhardt's whip mechanic got taken out. His whip swing mechanic. It would have been a lot of fun to do in this. Well, actually, as bad as the rest of the game controls at times, maybe it wouldn't be. Back, foul beast. These invisible knights fight just like the regular ones, only they're invisible. Really need a whip power up here. Still not sure what that is dropping into that thing of lava there. Oh, fine, moon card, you can come to me. Fortunately, that little lava spray won't kill you, it just damages you if it hits you. It does run the risk of knocking you off, however. Alright, we're getting close to the end of this area now. Go ahead and heal just in case. You can actually get on top of this thing and get some stuff, but I'm not going to bother on this playthrough. Alright, easy. And there, my friends, is the exit. Whoop. Gulp. Outstanding. Alright, we've made it to Room of Clocks, which marks the beginning of the end of the game. If you can make it here, you pretty much got it. The worst of the platforming is behind you. Clock tower isn't that bad, platform-wise. Ouch. And his arm has gone through her hair. But what will all the kids do to learn their numbers? Here's a cross I pulled out of my nose. It's actually interesting in the canon of the game. It's kind of a Resident Evil scenario. Like if you're playing the game, you only get to see Reinhardt or Carrie's story. You never get to see them together. But the canon of the game, as mentioned in Henry's story, is that they went to take on Dracula together. So I guess it's kind of fitting that Reinhardt, being the Belmont, would face death, Dracula's most powerful servant, and then Carrie would face Actrice, of course. It just makes sense. Also, Collar, who was removed from the game, would have actually had his own boss fight as well against a female version of himself named Collar 2. But there's sadly little to no information about her available on the internet. Well done. Death is dead. Cocksure youth. Who uses the phrase cocksure anymore? Unfortunately, the draw distance was too poor to see what he was looking at. Alright, we've made it to the Tower of Cocks. I mean the Tower of Clocks. Cocksure youth. Anyway, this is pretty much your last platforming section before you face off against the end game. So let's get started. It's pretty similar to the clock tower in Castlevania 64. They've just added a few areas and moved a few things around. There's also some pretty obvious gameplay length padding toward the end. And if you thought you were supposed to go through the door, well, you were stupid. You're supposed to intuitively know there is a key hidden over here for you. My axe failed miserably. But that one didn't. They also added an extra platform down here to make getting this key easier. You can see it's just one of the other clock tower platforms, just copy-pasted down there. Coming up on Trent's least favorite sections in this level. I don't need the camera to line up. What are you talking about? Ooh, you thought I was going to die, didn't you? I am a cocksure youth. I shall not perish. Like, what word in the Japanese language did they translate that from to come up with the word cocksure? I'm never going to let that go. Now this is another really annoying part here. You pretty much have to make a leap of faith because the camera's not going to do what you want it to here. And then once you get on this thing, you have to have the depth perception of Superman to figure out where you need to be angled. You can go over there. I find it easier just to jump from there to there rather than try to fandangle my way back all the way around. And sadly, getting down this thing is probably harder than getting up it just because the camera doesn't want to cooperate with you. Leap of faith, almost died. Once I get down about one more, I should be safe from fall damage death. Even with full health, if you fall from the top of that thing, you're toast. Please leave me alone, White Save Jim. If you thought climbing that tower was annoying the first time, now you get to do it again with fire. And the inability to stand up straight, apparently. Yay, red jewels. Come on, camera. Even a cocksure youth like myself will have trouble navigating this platform. Alright, now if I can make it to this platform over here, we've pretty much done the brunt of the difficult stuff in this stage. You gotta be careful here because the platform, you can get caught in between the wheels of these gears and get killed. And it kind of sucks you in there. If you get hit by the fire, you'll probably fall in and die, so you definitely want to wait that out. Alright, here is the last section. The first thing you got to do is go up here and get the key. It's a good thing this thing doesn't keep time accurately, or we'd have to wait until like 3:45 to go across there. The clocks on the clock towers that you can see from the Room of Clocks level and the Castle Keep level actually display the time accurately, but that clock face does not because you have to walk across it. Display the in-game time, that is, not real time. Here's another place you gotta kind of take a leap of faith. Or you can also just opt to not jump at all, like me. And I'm going to get hurt because I'm an idiot. Okay. I really don't remember the platforming camera being this bad as Carrie and the other characters. I don't play as Reinhardt very often in this game. It may very well be something to do with his height and where the camera has to be positioned, because Carrie is actually a little bit shorter than him. Alright, let's get to some game padding. This is pretty much just a subtle sidling section like in the castle wall area, obviously just to pad out the gameplay. Easily could have put in another platforming segment or something here, but instead they just went to the grapple along the edge, avoiding fire. Oldest stage trick in the book. I'm not stopping, so I hope it don't come back on. Look at Reinhardt's wrist up there delocating every time he, dislocating every time he moves along. Dyke moves his hand at 90 degrees like it's nobody's business. I think you could sidle along ledges like this with your hands in Castlevania 64, but to my knowledge you never had to use it to pass a section of the level, so that may be just developers trying to use mechanics they spent time developing by putting so much of it in Legacy of Darkness. That and to pad out the gameplay because it takes a while to do it. This is some Pit and the Pendulum stuff right here. Alright, now here's the last big screw you part in the level. You gotta be really careful here. This is another one of those bad design areas in the game. Which, as much as I enjoy Castlevania 64, there are a few areas that just makes you go, what were they thinking when they developed this section? Alright, let's See if I did it correctly. Oh, I did not. Fabulous. Just step right up and try again. Got it. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely some funny stuff. I've never had that happen as Carrie with the camera. Let's see. You're probably supposed to just slide down that other thing, but I would rather just take the hit in health and not die from falling. Let's see if I can't. We'll take it. Alright, that stops the music for the level, because that's pretty much the end. Let's see, we've got 5 roast beef and 5 chicken. It should be more than enough for the bosses we're about to face. Alright, with that, here we are at Castle Keep, the final level of the game. Oddly enough, your player character never talks in this cutscene. It doesn't matter which character's talking to Ren in here, none of them ever speaks. Your character actually says very little to Renan throughout the game. I think there's a few lines when your character first meets him, and that's really it. I mean, geez, it's usually polite to talk to people when they talk to you. Of course, if we had gotten the bad ending, that's where we would have run into Charlie Vincent. Now, there is a healing kit and some stuff hidden back there. I'm not going to bother going for it because we don't really need it. You can check out my Carrie long play. I show you how to get it in that video. I would not stand there and breathe that in. Cocksure youth. Excuse me. I got a bit cocksure and started coughing. Alright, so here we are with fake Dracula, our vampire gilder. Fortunately, he's not very much of a threat, even as Reinhardt. If you hit him, he just stops his attack and runs away, so if you can get to him before he attacks, you really don't have anything to worry about. His fireball attacks also can sometimes drop healing items and power-ups. Only real dangerous attack he has is his vacuum grab, because if you get hit, it will vampirize you, and it restores his health. This scene is apparently voiced in the European version of the game, of Castlevania 64 at least anyway. And that, as they say, is that. Reinhardt didn't know it was going to be so anticlimactic. I guess I should leave, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna leave. Ignore the chihuahua barking in the background. I'm so cool I can do this without even seeing the ground! Reinhardt's got abs through his metal armor there. And if at this point you have not figured out who Malice is, well, perhaps you need a new hobby. When I'm escaping a collapsing building and I run into a locked door, the first thing I do is think I need to get higher. I think Carrie actually says the exact same thing there. They couldn't bother to come up with a separate line. What? Not Dracula. Yep, Carrie definitely says the exact same thing. His facial expression is unchanging during that. Very forward. Hey, I hit him though. Boss is a little tougher as Reinhardt, obviously, because you can't track like Carrie can. I think I'm just going to get hit by every single one of those. And that. Especially that. Oh gosh. One more good hit should wrap this one up. Well, apparently I'm just gonna miss everything. Dodge that. Look at that two-dimensional lightning. As inept as Vincent is, it makes you wonder how in the world he knew that was Dracula all along. It would have been interesting if they had released like a, I dare not say another special edition, but if there had been like another chapter where you played as Vincent and you got to see what he was doing the whole time. Just looking at the guy and how clunky his equipment looks, you wonder how he was able to get through all that platforming up the top of the castle to make it to this point. The copy of the game at the video store, I always rented this as a kid, always froze right here, and you never got to play this boss battle. unless you were very nice, in which case sometimes it would let you. Centipede Dracula. Alright, you know the drill. Basically, you just gotta know when to stick and move, and to watch, of course, for the nuclear explosions, because you don't want to get one shot. Which I think we should be able to finish him off. I'm gonna heal just to be safe here. And that'll do it. Not very difficult at all if you come in fully powered. I dare say if I had had the holy water at level 3 or the axe, it probably would have gone even faster. Well, that's pretty much it for this playthrough. I'm sorry it took so long to finish this thing. It's kind of surreal that I'm finally finishing that Reinhardt playthrough. I do hate that I had to kind of circle back. I'm not even sure if this is the same costume I used. I'm pretty sure it is when I started the Let's Play, but I actually lost the data halfway through, so I just kind of replayed on my own up to that point. And I actually recorded commentary on some of that footage I may upload in the future. It's a lot of goofy stuff, a lot of deaths, not the best quality in there. But anyway, check out the ending. It's similar to Carrie's up until Dracula disappears, and then it's completely different. If you've seen the Castlevania 64 version of Reinhardt's ending, don't hang around because it's the same thing. But regardless, this has been Let's Play as Reinhardt. Enjoy the ending. For waiting this long, you've earned it. And special thanks to Model James for watching every single one of these videos and waiting for the next one, even after 2 years.